YouTube, what is up with y'all today? It's Nail Good fella Nail. I got a sneaker talk for y'all today. And today's talk is about Lonzo shoe, man. I think that's his name, right? Lonzo, the $495 shoe. His father, the big baller brand. Crazy. Yo, like for that shoe to be just like a regular, like a third party shoe as I call it, just strictly coming from an unknown brand, really all like that. You know, it's not the occasional Nike, Adidas, or whatever. Something that we all know. It actually doesn't look bad, and that leather it looks like it's like plush. Now, like most people, I do got a problem with the 495 from a buyer standpoint, but I think they might have sold well. I can see them selling well because at this point in time in sneaker culture, where like if you get a limited kick, it could be worth money later. Now I'm hearing that this dude Lonzo is pretty good. I haven't really been keeping up with basketball that much, you know what I mean, especially at that level, because he coming like from a college level and stuff like that. So yeah, I know the hype probably built up around him, and people probably just like ready to sign him to any brand or whatever. I think that was a smart move on his father part to actually get into that branding early. You know, a lot of people just take their freedom for granted and then go looking for a check and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's almost kind of like being a music artist. You know, you don't want to just and I'm judging based off the past artists that's been coming out and stuff like that. You don't want to too much just like, yeah, I rap or I sing, and I'm gonna just go get on to a label and then just build my fan base from there, or build up my rep from there, my credentials from there. The cool thing about this big baller brand thing with this shoe being $495, number one, that price that's gonna circulate hype. And when I heard his father over the phone, he sounded like a boxing promoter, man. Like this dude might be a good ass marketer, you know what I mean? And that's key to actually selling, really. But so the fact that this shoe is $500 and that his son, and he got three sons too, man. Wow. and it just kind of remind me a little bit of some Jackson 5 kind of like stuff where the father handle all the business, but the kids, but in a good way, and not to say anything bad about the Jackson father or whatever, but Lonzo father just like taking control, man, and that's a good thing to a certain extent, because again, he raised up Lonzo's stock, his credentials, his rep, everything as far as merchandising go. Now the only thing he got to do is just go out there and play good and be a star in the NBA, and his curtains from there. I think people really be knocking on his door after that, as far as like brands, if you want to really go that route. Again, his shoe doesn't look too bad with it being just like without being under any other brand. I agree with Bull with this. It does kind of do look like a Kobe because it went more of that low top feel. I wish it kind of was like a high top though, because I'm more of a mid and high top kind of like dude. Sometimes I wear a few low tops, but it really got to grow on me, or something I really like. But yeah, man, that shoe is definitely, it looked plush, man. It looked like a purse, man. That leather, crazy. But again, back into the branding stuff, man. So once he raised that stock up by selling this $500 shoe, and I bet you it probably will sell out, especially if the predictions on this dude to be a star is really up in there, because it's definitely gonna go up in value because it was never made, and it was only just made by his father brand only. So even if dude go sign with a Nike or Adidas or whoever, that first shoe that raised all that hype as far as his merchandise go, especially kicks, man, them things gonna be crazy, especially he become a Hall of Famer and stuff. So again, it's that's nice that he doing a branding stuff. I mean, how many times have these dudes come from our neighborhoods and they be getting played, you know what I mean? Now I don't know where dude from, I don't know if he's from the hood or whatever, but a lot of these athletes be just, you know what I mean? No disrespect to the legends or whatever, you know, but it's only but so much they can do. They can't even adjust price points. I'm assuming they can't adjust price points on their own shoe. You know, not many athletes have that kind of power. It's just like, yeah, you get the athlete's approval based on the design. Hopefully some of the athletes personality, they playing style go into the shoe if they really sit down and marinate with the athlete, and they give it a go after that, and then the company basically mark the price, and I guess the athlete get his cut or whatever. But again, this is it just kind of remind me of like when Drake was blowing up, you know what I mean? Like, Drake was an indie artist first, but he blown up. I seriously thought Drake, the '09 Drake, could have really went platinum being an independent artist. I don't think that's really too much happened yet. You got a few artists that sell, throughout their career, eventually million records or something like that. I think like a Tech Nine, because just selling from, he been doing that shit for a long time as far as the indie. But so yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, and I think this breakaway in a way from like the bigger brands being the athlete, it's definitely something it's 2017 now. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that can finally actually happen now. It's not 1997 no more, where it's like super hard to get stuff out, and it probably wasn't even that hard back then either, because Patrick Ewing has his own brand and has his own shoes, and I don't think you don't hear too many people complain about it. You either like Ewing's or you don't. You know what I mean? So people forgetting that. So I'm quite sure that's probably just all his money take home. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's cool to see another athlete come up like that. But realistically, if he does continue to print shoes, hopefully the price come down to the point where the general public can buy that shoe. I could see the first and second one or whatever being overpriced, but it's like, dude, come down to that a little over $100 mark, low end, high end 150, 160. You know what I mean? I can't really think of nothing else, man. That's basically it. And now if it just keep being a trend where his shoes is like unattainable, that shit'll get bored quick. You know what I mean? First or second shoe, okay, price the ass out of it. Make certain limited colors or quantities or whatever. Okay, I get that, because he's exclusive. But then you start dropping them GRs around, and you open up a whole new gate. You know what I mean? And you don't just be dependent on bigger brands. So that's definitely fly though, man. That's something different. I can't wait. It's just like, man, by the time 2020 come, man, it done blow the hatchets off the gatekeepers and stereotypical things like, oh, well, you need to be with Nike just to, now you do have perks, because obviously it's better to be with someone, it's good to be with someone that's been in the foot shoe wear game for decades versus just kind of like, you know what I mean? I know it's probably science behind what goes into the shoe, and then molds and cost and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't think it's an easy task, but I believe the designing part can be a fun task. It depends on who you are. So yeah, I don't want to be too long-winded, man. Y'all know I get to rambling on different points. So what do y'all think, man? I know that was kind of like the little hot topic of the week. I just decided to cover it. Go check out my New Balance that I ended up reviewing Friday, and would drop Friday night. Did the on foot Saturday. I was just kind of sitting back, just enjoying some of the YouTube entertainment and stuff, man. And yeah, that was I had something to say about that. I'm not really knocking it. You know what I mean? As far as the Lonzo thing, what do y'all think? Chime in below, man. Just to reiterate my points before I head up out of here. I'm closing on that 9-minute mark. I think it's beneficial for Lonzo father. I'm hoping I'm saying dude name right, because I think his father named LeVar or something like that. But yeah, I think that's great that he's branding his son early. It's definitely a smart move, and I think that he priced that shoe like that on purpose, and that's to get people talking. That's definitely another good move. And number 3, he's basically just showing, you don't necessarily got to go with a brand all the time, especially if you feel like they don't agree to what your terms is. So again, if his son raised, everybody going crazy for his shoe or whatever, I think those other brands was going to want him even more. Be like, you know what? We just going to give in. Let's just get this man whatever he wants, because the hype around his shoe is already going crazy and we ain't even making them yet. So, so Hey man, smart business move. I would do the same damn thing, man. Do the same thing. I mean, you out there going out there on the court anyway. If you looking at it from the athlete part, it's your legacy, it's your legend. What if you get an injury or something? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say the shoe company don't care about you, but whatever you go out there and do on the court, gonna reflect on some of your merch, especially shoes. Hopefully it's decent looking. Like I see them Curry struggling, them Steph Curry shoes. I never really too much care for them. You know what I mean? I wanna see a good design. They probably super good hoop shoes, but I want to see a better design from the Steph Curry line. But it ain't there. He a good player, but them models is not there for me. So rate, comment, and subscribe. This Nail Goodfella Nail on a sneakerhead weekend, man. It's finally sunny out. That's another reason too, man. I didn't want to shoot yesterday. It was just too cloudy and dark, man. So yeah, peace.